What is good, man? Universe. It's your homie, your brother KDoz, right here on Master at Delivering Excellence, where it is our goal to deliver excellent content, excellent people like our guest today, so that you can be excellent, strive to be excellent in every aspect of your life. Today, we have a treat today, people. We have an author, a poet. We have someone here who I can honestly say just personally has affected my life in a very positive way. I appreciate her spirit, her energy. I appreciate her voice when she speaks, she sings. She got all kind of super talents. So we're gonna get into all that today. She has a new book out called Prelude to Love, a journey to
Dying in love, honey.
there you go, there you go,
A
there you
poetic
go.
journey.
Also, thank you for a journey to finding love. We have Miss Indigo Soul.
Hey, everybody, how y'all doing? It's your girl, Indigo Sol. And the book is called Prelude to Love, a poetic journey to finding love. Just want to make that clear. But I'm happy to be on
Mm-hmm.
tonight. Thank you for having me.
No, for sure, for sure. I was trying to do like a little fancy thing, but
I
I think
see.
that freestyle was not cool. So I know
I
y'all
was
gonna kill me in the
delayed. It's okay.
comments, man,
I was,
universe.
I was a little delayed.
Oh,
It's
y'all gonna
okay.
kill
We
me.
get slow sometimes.
No, I really wanted to just say real quick that how much, how great of influence you've been on me since you and I have met and really just allowed me to even get to know myself even better just through our conversation. So before we even get into the actual interview, I want to thank you for that publicly and tell you that I
Oh,
appreciate you. Number one.
thank you. I appreciate that. That makes me feel good. Lets me know that I'm doing the divine's work and my purpose is being fulfilled. And I just want to thank you as well for believing in me and helping me with different things that I need done. And just being that driving force and being the shoulder to lean on when I need some graphics or just anything with social media and you help, you're always there. And I'm always appreciative of that, and good people recognize good people, man. That's what it is. You gotta always give
Absolutely.
out the kindness of my heart, and I don't give just to receive back. I just give out the just from my heart because I know either way God's gonna bless me.
Right. No, absolutely. And I appreciate that. So
Mhm.
let's get into this. So, Indigo Soul. Let's talk about, the beginning of your artistic journey. Let's talk about that. So what's the origins of your artistic journey?
Um, I wouldn't say I've been a creator since a kid, like because I was the only girl and I had a little brother, so I had to always be creative, even with my little dollies, okay? But as far as artistically, I wouldn't say in third grade I started writing poetry, and actually getting my poetry hung up on the bulletin boards and my
Mm,
writing. I was always getting awarded for my great writing and just like writing fiction at a young age. And my teachers were always impressed with my writing. I mean, my mom thinks I got it from her, but she lied this whole time. Told me she was an English major and just revealed that shit was a lie. But but yeah, poetry and poetry and all that have been started from young. Like, cause it was a way for me to express myself, an outlet because I had a lot of bottled up emotions. I dealt with a lot of trauma as a child, so um, I was kind of quiet and timid. So the way I would express myself would be through poetry. So yeah.
it's,
And also
it's,
I want to say I was also in high school growing up. Well, middle school to high school, I have always been in like theater arts. Like I've always been a theater geek, as you'll say. So
mm-hmm.
I've been in musical plays. So I always sung, dance, and act. So I'm very dramatic in that way, and just always been around the creative kids. Like we would put on shows and okay, let's do a slam competition. Like we'll just make up different things, sing in the hallways. I was in the chorus and things like
Mm,
that. So I want to say I've always been around creativity. My mom sung in a gospel choir, famous gospel choir. So music was always in my family. My dad played the trumpet, so creativity was always around me.
And let the people know where you from real quick.
I'm from Brooklyn, BK all day. Brooklyn,
And
New York.
no,
I had to come with that Brooklyn. Brooklyn. Hey, what's up with all my
Brooklyn, BK all day. Like,
Brooklyn?
but you know what's crazy? I'm not from
OG
Brooklyn,
Brooklyn, I
y'all.
want to say,
I'm from
not this
Kelly.
new Brooklyn, not the new Brooklyn y'all see now, the old school. I got to make that clear because there's a total difference now.
The grimy
Uh,
Brooklyn.
not the gentrified Brooklyn, okay?
No, but the reason why I wanted you to announce that is because I know this kind of a common thing from those boroughs of New York, Brooklyn, Queens, you name it, the Bronx. It's a lot of art. A lot of art comes out of there. A lot of creativity. So
Mhm.
I just wanted the people to kind of know that. Earlier you said that, you went through a lot of trauma and the trauma had led you to your
Express myself, yeah.
creativity. Isn't that crazy how like stuff that we go through in life, like the trauma that we have, when you use it in the right way, the results
Mhm.
of it can be amazing. Cause then
Yes.
that can lead you to reaching people through your art.
Definitely. And you don't know at that age what you're doing and
Of
that you're
course.
actually healing or that you're releasing. You're just doing it. You want to rhyme some stuff and you find out people start hyping you up. You're like, oh, I'm great at this. I want to do this all the time. I have my little diary, my books of poems. I used to rap too. I thought I was a rapper. I had a book of
Hmm.
raps and things like that. Didn't know what they were, doing for me internally, but it just made me feel good when I did it.
What, what what was the what were the moments or you know the times in your life that led to this beautiful book that we're talking
Okay,
about
well,
today?
this book, Prelude to Love, which is out right now, guys, is on Amazon. Sorry.
Link in the description, guys. Link down
Yes,
below.
link in the description is on Amazon. And right now, since it's Black Friday week, or we want to call it Black Business Friday, we are marked it down for 10.95 for you guys. And if you would like a book bundle, comes with a T-shirt or a mug, you can hit me up in my DMs. Link in the bio, like he said.
Of
Yeah,
course.
I'll ship that directly to you. Okay, and to go back to your question. This book was a labor of it was a labor of love, is also something that was a part of my purpose and my calling to put this book out. This book was supposed to be out 5 years ago, but
Mm.
at the time I wasn't ready. I had did a photo shoot for it. This picture right here behind me was a part of that photo shoot, and that was supposed to be my book cover, like, or the back of the book, a bio photo.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and everybody would ask, what's up with your book? But I was so scared. I was in a dark place, as people would call it, your dark night of the soul, where you go through your really down period, where you're really trying to find yourself, and you're going through all of these things and you're trying to make sense of life. And I was just very fearful. I was procrastinating a lot. I had a creative block, and I would create a little bit, but not as much as I'm doing now. Now I'm on like 100. Like, that's why I
Mm-hmm.
know I'm doing good. But my energy wasn't there. My heart wasn't in it, and I needed to, in order to put this type of book out that I put out, I needed to learn myself, and I needed to go through the stuff I was going through and learn to love myself and learn those lessons that the universe had for me. And God told me, like, in my dream, it was like a dream that told me I needed to put a book out for the universe. And I listened to the divine. I listened to my spirit and like different things like that. I would call myself a spiritual person, and I never ignored those signs. So I'm obedient, and I'm like, okay, I need to do this. So this year, 2020, this pandemic happened, and I was like, I would not be stuck in the house doing nothing. I was like, you know what? Something just popped in my head. Like, what about that book? Like, 'cause I had plenty of poems that was
Mm-hmm.
already typed up and everything. So it was like, it was nothing to do but to do it. So I researched how to self-publish. This book was self-published, and I put all of my time and money into this, hired the right people. I did my research on what it was I needed to do. And yeah, I got it out in August 11th to be exact. It officially got published August 11th, and I celebrated it a month later for my birthday,
Mm-hmm.
September 11th. We had like a live Zoom celebration. And I'm just happy to finally complete something because I'm always the person that start but never finish, or I'll start one thing, go on to the next. So this year has been a year of completion for me. It's been a year of just creating whatever's in my spirit. And I'm just so happy that I finally got through because this is a journey of learning to love myself. So this is all of these poems in this book are literally stories of things that I went through looking for love in all the wrong places and then realizing towards the end, like it gets dark, but then also lightens up because then I start to realize my power and who I was and realize like this shirt here, what self-love really was. Because I thought I loved myself, but you don't really love yourself until you love yourself. Like, learning boundaries, learning self-care, learning what you will accept, what you won't accept, learning what makes me happy, learning to be alone and not call it lonely, like those things. So yeah, that's what Prelude to Love was birthed from.
So thank you so much. Great explanation. Thank you so much for that. What would you say was one thing during your journey that you learned about yourself that you say, yo, like, I'm dope? And then what was the one thing that you said, you know what? I have to improve upon this?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Hmm.
The dope part, I want to say I'm a person that always second guess myself. Maybe it's the Virgo over analytical brain. So it's like I knew I was talented, and like people would tell me I was talented, but I always was like, this person is better. Like, so I would always fall the back seat because I always feel like there was always somebody better, or I always you put stuff out and then I'll delete it, like, oh, I don't like this. But then I just started to just realize my talent, my gift, and not like shun it, not shunning that gift, and actually explore it more and know for myself that this is fire. I don't need when I started to realize that I don't need anyone else's validation, like but my own. That's when I'm
Right.
like, I'm the fucking shit. Like, what the fuck? Like, I need to put more
Hmm.
stuff out. Yeah, people love it, but I fucking love it first. Like, I don't need you to tell me it's hot. Like, I know that it is. And I always go with a gut feeling. Like once I get that in my feeling, I get hyped for myself. Like I'll be recording music or a poem, like, oh, that shit is fire. Oh my god, let me listen to it over 5 times, and then I'll send it out. And then I'm already know what to expect, like the reaction. But it's always good to hear from your close people that you value their opinions. But
Hmm.
yeah, but I'll say this journey had took me to a place I would like to call unfuckwittable. That's a term that I unfuckwittable. I'm unfuckwittable. Once I start to be unfuckwittable, meaning like I don't give a fuck about nobody else's opinions. Like I used to always care what people thought, what they said, what they said to
Right.
heart. Now I don't give a fuck. Like it's just like being carefree and just being free spirited and just doing what I do, despite what other people think, because it makes me
Mm.
feel happy. That's it. And then one thing I needed to work on was self doubt, of course, um, being controlling, and just being fearful and having anxiety. I feel like once I got through the anxiety part, I realized I really didn't have anxiety at all. It was just probably just me overthinking and having fear. Some anxiety is natural, but I used to be OD, like.
Hmm.
So fear, I was scared of everything. I was scared to go in the rooms of people, and I felt like I lost that fearlessness that I had when I was early college days. I feel like I used to be more fearless, and like life kind of makes you a little jaded, things experiences, and
Hmm.
you kind of like fall to the back seat, and then you're like, am I good enough? So I feel like self-doubt and fear was the one thing that I needed to work on. And still fear, a little fear is okay, but not dramatic. Like you can still have a little fear but still do that shit, like.
Hmm.
And that fear It's like literally right now adrenaline, because it's like, ooh, I like this feeling. Even though I'm scared of it, I still want to do it because I believe, I have the
Yeah.
faith. I know God's gonna lead me to the right place, and I know that now this journey I'm on now is a divine driven journey. So it's something that, I know that everything is going to work out in my favor, because the divine is on my side. Like, God is on my side, so I don't need to doubt or anything. Now I can go through anything fearless. I got faith. Like, fuck all the fear. So, and
Mm-hmm.
one of my favorite quotes that from my podcast, Indigeaux Sol speaks. Check it out
Mm-hmm.
if you haven't. Is the best things in life are on the opposite side of fear, honey. Once I learned that, then it was like, okay, shit, I want to see what's on the other side. Like, it's not
Right.
the grass is greener. No, it's just the best things in life is literally on the opposite side of fear. How do we know
Mm-hmm.
what's on that side if we don't cross over it? So I had to
Right.
leave fear behind. That's from my past. Now I'm just like, I have the skies beyond the sky is no limits. So beyond the sky is where I plan on going.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for sharing that. So,
Yeah.
what would you say is your personal definition of delivering excellence? So, like when you hear that, what does that look like to you?
Mm. Delivering excellence. See, you shouldn't ask a Virgo this because we're perfectionists.
Exactly.
but well, for me, it would be having faith. Um, just having being a ballsy ass person, just having complete faith. Um, and also just honing in on your craft, and not being afraid of critique, because sometimes it's great critiques. You don't care what people say, but some people, they may give you critique. They may be a master of that field, and not being afraid to take that critique and use it for your greater good, because it can help you in some way.
Mhm.
So being able to listen and not listen with just like talking. Some people talk to listen, but not listening to hear, but listening to actually process it in your brain, and make changes. Even with editing my book, having an editor, I had to be open to that. But it was the way she came at me. So I always say I'm okay with critiques as long as you give it to me a certain way, because we don't like to be critiqued where it goes. But if you give it to us a certain way, then it's like, okay, cool. So I loved her. She was like, "You're great, but you could do better than this. Like, I see stronger stuff." So it just made me more like, she helped me with my integrity in my writing. And so just having somebody, to help you, or a mentor, however it may be for you, help you in that area, and you use whatever tools that they give you to perfect it in your way, because nothing's going to be perfect. um so I did say faith, listening, and also excellence to me is just living your purpose, like doing your purpose, knowing your purpose, and following your purpose, because that's inevitable. That's inevitable excellence. Like, that's only something that God and divine can give to you. Like, that type of excellence doesn't come from earthly things. That comes from above. So once God ordained me as excellent, I already am. Like, my blessings overflow. Like.
Mm, that's dope. That's dope. I like that. I like that, man. Like, what's crazy, as like we've gotten to know each other, and just even during this interview, I think the people watching May Universe definitely comment down below. But it's really dope to see someone that's gone through the journey, still going through a journey right now. We
Mhm.
all are, right? We're still going through a journey. However, you delivered excellence, because not many people can say they've written a book.
Oh
Like
yeah, people always say that.
that's a major
Yeah.
no, because listen, the thing is, your people put their the cliche thing is blood, sweat, and tears, but not
Mhm.
just that. Tears definitely, but you put that mental sweat, that spiritual sweat too. It's like, you because you
Mhm.
gotta dig into yourself.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? It's like
Definitely.
when I used to rap, stuff I would be rapping about was really going on in my life for real.
Mhm.
So and then when you bring it out in such a way, that's why people love Tupac so much. That's why people love Nas. Excuse
Mm-hmm.
me.
Storytellers,
Excuse
they're
me. You know what
orators,
I mean? Yeah. And then you
prolific
have
orators.
exactly, but then you have the commons of the world. You know, then
Mm-hmm.
you have those guys who are actually very poetic. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? But you could tell it's coming from the depths of their heart
Yes,
and things that they went through. So I think you definitely been stamped from May as a master at delivering excellence. You
I
know what I
appreciate
mean?
that. Thank you so
Definitely
much.
are.
And I want to say, this book is very vulnerable for me, so it was hard for me to put out even when I was done with it because I was like, oh my
Mm,
gosh, I put all my pain in here, my emotions. People gonna see all the ugly stuff. But sometimes, you know what? DMX did a versus battle recently with Snoop, I believe, and he says something when he wrote the song "Slippin'," which is a song that saved my life because I was going through with suicidal thoughts at that time, and "Slippin'" helped me. He said that was a hard song to write. He wasn't sure he wanted to put it out, but he was saying, he was telling people that he was saying how so many people reached out to him and said how that song saved their lives. And I was like, yes, it helped me too. That was one of my favorite songs by DMX.
mm,
And he was saying in the verses battle to write that pain. Like you said, because if he would have never got that response, he would never put that out. How many people he would have healed? Like,
yeah.
people would have been dying. Like, he said so many people came up to him like, yo, that song saved my life. And he put all his pain in that song. That was just like dark and ugly. And he made it beautiful. And so when he said that, I was like, I'm okay. I'm okay with what I did. Like, I feel good.
Exactly.
DMX the GOAT. I love DMX. And
But
he
see,
goes
that's why
deep.
we can't undervalue the art we put out. That's why I say it's a big deal to not
And we
just
can't
say
be
you
afraid to
wrote a
be
book.
vulnerable. Like
Yes.
vulnerability is strength. And I know, like in our community, it teaches us not to be vulnerable. Like, we were growing up. A lot of us, especially young Black men, were taught
Hmm.
vulnerability was weakness, which is not. Vulnerability is actually strength. Okay, and it's just how you put it out there. And you never know who you might heal by just being vulnerable and telling your story and how it might relate to the other person. So we can't be selfish when we sharing, like not sharing, because sharing is caring, and also sharing can help heal.
Hmm. Absolutely. Excuse me. Absolutely. And the great thing about your book is what you just said. You're really sharing some of your experience in life in a poetic way. So, but before we kind of conclude here, I want to ask you, what's your favorite excerpt, like um,
Oh my gosh, my,
from
my poems.
yeah, Prelude to Love.
There is different ones that
Like
I
right
like,
now,
but one
if
there one I performed that's I'll be like, it's a lightweight poem, but a lot of people like it because it's called Sweet Shiraz, and it's a poem that's kind of my favorite wine. If you're from New York, you know about the Trader Joe's wine shop that we have in Union Square, and you get the wine for the low low. Okay, but we ain't like LA where y'all got the wine shop already inside the store. They don't trust us that much. So we used to go. I used to go there and rack up on wines, and I would get this one favorite one called Jam Jar. It's a sweet Shiraz, and I used to love that one. It's from some part of Africa. I forgot which part, but that was my favorite red. And so I did an
Mhm.
ode to sweet Shiraz, and I kind of personified this wine, and
Mhm.
that's one of my favorite. Would you like me to share?
Sure, please do, please do.
I mean, it ain't a deep poem, but it's something light. It's something light for y'all. I got something else for y'all in the tuck. Okay. Sweet Shiraz, okay? Never a dull moment when I'm home, all alone, but never feeling it. A long days of work has got to end with ease. Shower sprays hard on my fresh, suds covering my imperfections. Natural kinks curl up at the touch of the wetness. Face drown with streams of tears, hadn't done in a while. All cried out, so I hop out, towel in tow, drying, wrapped around my belly. Coconut oil caresses every inch of my body. Pure silk, I run to my sweet red. Twist her top off, pour her, half full is how I see her. One sip of the sweetest bitch. Heaven shined as I bumped that R&B and sipped. Lips pierced as the lip gloss stained etched into the glass, rich, warm, and goodness, my just me and sweet Shiraz. Never disappoints, always on point. I sip and sing into another time zone, back to the future. Bold Shiraz, you always know what I need. Hold my lips in content. Sniff, swirl, and taste. My kind of red. Not the type that brings me pain, but the one that keeps me and helps me endure. Glass half empty, I want more. Fill my cup, fill this void, make me smile, make me numb. I want to dance, make me go dumb. Text my friends, I love them. Curse out the dumb fuck that canceled my fuck, who canceled our fuck. Now I'm fucked. Because you never left my side. Find Shiraz, my ride or die. With you, I seek and hide. Searching for my soul, hiding my insecurities, feeling high off life. Teacher blasting through my speakers. I just want to be happy, free from the BS when I'm with you. You help release endorphins on a late night. I'd rather be hugging this full glass of you than only to receive half of him. You take me, you taste me, you hurt me, you love me. You and I until the fuck boys fuck off and a real man steps up. Just me and my sweet Shiraz. Just me and my bitch.
Damn.
Yes, very. Sometimes it be like that. I used to be a wino back in the day, have a little glass. you
No, that
know.
was great, man. That was great, man.
Thank you, thank you,
It's
thank you.
I love it. I love it.
At the end, I think I want to perform my time piece, which is my staple piece that I think everyone will relate to.
Mm.
whenever you're ready, but we can still talk though.
No, no, we gonna get into that. But like we'll definitely get into that. If there was someone out there that's saying, you know what, I feel like I want to tell my story,
Mhm.
right? And but I don't know where to go or how to even start. What would be, some advice you would give to them?
Um, as far as they want to self-publish their own book,
Uh huh.
or just
So
want to
publish the
get something, or just any type of story they want to just
either like
like.
all of the above. They want to publish a book. They just want to tell their story. Like
Um,
what is some advice you would give them or recommendations, rather?
well, I would say to know what it is that your purpose is first before you do all of that. Speak with your God if you believe in Him, and find out what it is that what's your purpose is in life. So then it'll be easier to know what to dabble into. Because maybe a book may not be a thing. Maybe it may be something else. Maybe you should be speaking to people. So find out what your gift is and what your purpose is, and also do research. Do research in that area. Once you find out what it is, use social media as your go-to platform. Use that as your commercials, because I feel like the story IG story is your commercial, honey. Use that to promote yourself, to let people know who you are, and use your posts to kind of advertise, what it is you do, and use snippets to kind of post about what it, say if you're speaking engagements. As far as writing a book, do self-publishing a book, which is a journey. You can definitely, guys, if you do want a self-published book, I do self-publishing book consultations as well for the Lolo, because I want to help everybody get their story out there. And now that I know the do's and don'ts, I want to help someone else. So if you do, I would tell that person, hit me up, honey. I can give you a free consultation, and I'll give you the steps on this, like 5 steps on making your book, like the five pivotal things. And yeah, that's what I would say, honey.
So thank you. Like I said, y'all, she's a woman of many, many talents. So before we go, you said you had another poem for us.
Oh, I thought you was trying to
Can't
get
wait
me to
to hear it.
sing. I was like, oh, I don't do that on the spot now. Well, this this last piece, it's a little long, but bear with me, guys. I
Let's
probably
go.
y'all won't like it. It's called "The Essence of Time," honey. And KDoz, I know you remember this one.
Hmm.
Maybe I'm obsessed with time, What time are these blessings coming? Because I ain't got time to be living here in poverty. Wealth takes time, and my time is getting old. I have to manifest these goals right on time before my time goes. Just give me a little more time, time to prevail, time to grow, time to change with the season. But you keep on whispering that the time is now. But I'm scared of the time. Don't want to go back to old times. A new time has arisen, and I want to take my time to learn this new moment of time. So much to do, so little time. I want to get it right before the end of time. Because when I'm gone, all that would be left is the times. When I reach God, I would know that time never existed at all. Time never healed these wounds. Time never waited for me. Time goes and never comes back, always on time and never in between. The distance carries time, and every minute of time keeps me on my feet. Despising the time, never catching it on time, hoping to meet that true one in time. But maybe that time has passed, and I'm still dwelling on that time, wanting it to come back once more. One more chance, one more time. Biggie wasn't allowed, but his legacy lives throughout time. What about my time? When will I be brave enough to take advantage of this time? Tired of waiting for the divine time. Is it selfish to want my time? I'm devoted to finding the time, traveled across the ocean just to renew time. Maybe I'll save time being 3 hours behind so I can make more time. LA shit. Staring at these four walls, watching the time go by, waving his hand towards the next hour. Midnight Sunday, power, time. Get lost in stars to avoid eternal time. I want more and more as I get closer to time. Praying above, please grant me a peaceful, prosperous, perfect time that I can show myself bearing all this time. Is there anybody out there that can relate to time? Money on my mind almost all the time. In the end, I'm just trying to survive. I want to survive this time, this moment, but life keeps on timing me. Why is this time torturing me, rushing me to my divine destiny? It was all a matter of time, all a matter of whys and who's and where, and why don't I just give up this time? Maybe time is inevitable, even if it doesn't exist. Maybe I shouldn't persist rather than just wait for time. Allow the time to be timed, never look back at the clock, just live within it and hope for the best of times. Paint these perfect pictures of memories and lapse times. I feel your near time, chasing every second of it, filling it up with joy and peace and love. That's all I wanted all this time. A home to enjoy the time, but time never loved me. It just keeps on looking forward. It's 11:11. Make that wish in time. Time, time, time. Is it perfect for you? Is it perfect for me? Does it have any use? What would you do without time? Never grow old. For, forever young. I wanna be forever young. Don't you wanna live forever, forever young? On my mind all the time, in my feels all the time. Writing captures this time. These bills are due in time. Making up this time. Giving up this time. Going back in time. Starting over this time. Feeling this time. Believing this time. Granted this time. Got that over time. Getting ahead of time, now it's slowing down. I'm in sync with time, no longer wasting time. My time can't be borrowed. I'm alive in this time. I'm free this time. Nothing keeping me bound. Taking a leap forward, taking a leap forward, hoping that you remember this times. This is the end of time. Thank you guys. Sorry, that was a little
Fire.
long with it, but I had to get that message
It was
across, and I
well
know a lot of
worth it.
people did. Thank you. I
Well worth
appreciate
it
it.
though. Well worth it. Well, man, this has been a excellent version of Made Convos. I want to thank Indigo Soul for
Thank you
taking
guys
her
for having
time out
me.
to be with us today. Make sure you guys go in the description down below. You can follow her on Instagram. You can go subscribe to her YouTube channel. Also, go buy this book. Stop playing
Yes.
games.
Support Black entrepreneurs, honey. It's only 10.95
For
now,
sure.
by the way.
For sure. Make sure y'all go ahead and do that. And Indigo, before we go, anything else you want to tell the people before we bounce to the
I
ounce?
just want to thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for just having me share my light with everyone else. And just want to let everyone know to work on yourself, do that healing, do the work, get the work done, like Iyanla Van Zouten would say. Do the work. Once you do the work, honey, everything else will fall into place. But you gotta work on your healing. We all have something that we gotta, dig through. And sometimes it's ugly, sometimes it's lonely, but in the end, the outcome will be a beautiful one. Okay, so just trust and believe and have faith.
Oh, thank you. All right, man. Universe, y'all know what it is. Appreciate you
All right,
guys rocking
guys.
with us today. This is Master at Delivering Excellence, where it is our goal to deliver excellent content, excellent people, like my girl Indigo Soul right here. So you can strive to be excellent in every aspect of your life. You already know what it is. Like, share, and subscribe down below. Y'all know the slogan: be good to one another, but most of all, be good to your damn self. Always be yourself, because you only be the best you can be. You dig? Let's master excellence. Peace.